Hello, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm still looking all churched up. Jeez, look at the angles in my eyes. Oh, well, good evening, everyone. You're welcome today. Like we promised yesterday, I said we're going to start out by discussing Upwork very briefly, right? Very, very briefly. Then we're going to go right in to discussing how we can start all our applications. Like I promised at the end, today's post is literally going to be very, what's the word now? Today's event is literally going to be very short so that we can have more time to dive in. So as soon as you're coming in, kindly just leave your name and where you're joining in from. And then the idea is also to pay attention to everything that we're going to be discussing today. So please kindly turn on your notifications as well for this platform or my YouTube platform if you haven't. The goal is to just have you come in every single time that I have something beautiful to share. Okay, so you're meeting me for the first time. My name is Dr. Vivian Magnus. Dear team playbacks, you are welcome. And I trust that you're also having an amazing day as well. Yes, so I made it. So please kindly state your name and where you're joining from as soon as you come in. Like we said, today we're going to be doing essentially Upwork. Then we'll go to the group. We're going to do a group call where we will start our applications almost immediately. Okay, as soon as people have more time, except maybe at the end of today's class, if you would want me to probably give you some more grace, because I've sent the link already for your resume. So it means that once your resume is ready, then we're moving right in. Like once your resume is ready, then we are moving right in. So just let me know. If you're here and you're probably joining for the first time, kindly inform me where you're joining from, what you're doing, if you've gotten any job before, like what are your plans? Just let us know, right? If you're probably not just joining for the first time, can you just leave a hi as well so that I know that you're here on the other side? Oh, Abiati, you are a star. Thank you so much for coming in early as well today. You're making me smile. So from the prompt that I dropped yesterday, have you been able to create a fresh resume by yourself? Have you been able to do that from the prompt that I dropped yesterday? Have you been able to create a resume and edit it as well? Please let me know. I'm waiting on you while I inform the others. Okay, awesome. That is so beautiful. So that means tomorrow, today we'll be able to do that. Let's see how many people who have also gotten their resumes ready. So please, if you're here, as soon as you come in, just let me know whether you have your resumes ready already. So even if you're team playback, just let me know, because it's going to help us know what we're doing. So like we said, today we're going to talk about Upwork essentially, and then we're going to move into our conversations for the day. While my community, or while I can still teach you about Upwork, is that I've gotten job opportunities severally on it, but it's not really my big thing. Like I told you guys all the time, I like business. I like to be in control of my time. So I'd rather do contracts when it's over. Sometimes I don't care. And then I only work when the job is worth it, right? So this is my take now as regards Upwork, right? I'm going to teach everything I know and how I got jobs as a newbie. In fact, my first two international remote job, no, my second and my third international remote jobs came from Upwork, and it was simple. One was US, and then the other was it's three. One was US, one was Portugal. Yes. Okay, no, it was two. One was US, one was Portugal. Those were my preliminary straight. In fact, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't have anybody coach me. I've said it over and over again on videos, right? And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to get those job opportunities. And these are some things that a lot of people don't pay attention to. And guess what? All these ideations, all these opportunities literally apply to all niches. For me, I had learned this a long time ago, that if you want to do well in any sphere, right? If you want to do well in any sphere, there are certain skills that are transferable. That was the first thing I had in mind. So when you want to work on Upwork, the goal is you must niche down for Upwork. So that's just it. If you're here and you want to say that you can do 1 million things, you can do this, you can do that, nobody is gonna, in fact, you will not even rank high enough for people to find you on their own, then talk less of when you apply. So the whole beauty again, so Upwork is another beautiful place where you have the opportunity to literally know your onions for any particular skill you say you have, and have direct vettings. Of course, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, right? Compared to LinkedIn, right? Upwork is wickedness pro max. So I'm going to say the truth, right? Especially for beginners. That's why it's always very important that you have people to guide you. You can even get job opportunities, and some of them are like fake, right? For want of words, some of them might be fake, and literally at the end of your working, you not get paid. Especially if you're a newbie and you don't know how to set up that sure. Okay, so that's the name of the payment type. You make sure that any project you're having with any of your clients is registered on that issue, so that Upwork holds the money for both of you, right? If the man tries anything, they still pay you. But if you don't, if you probably cut corners, maybe let's say the person took you from Upwork and took you to Telegram. Once you hear Telegram, like I said yesterday, just run, no, because you're about to be scammed. But like we said again, that is probably not the proper goal for today. So essentially, Upwork is another very beautiful online platform where you can focus on a particular skill, right? One of the newest addition is that you're able to have multiple profiles for one single skill. Well, that's lovely, and I think it favors squarely our niching down severally that I have been teaching over and over again. And I told you guys, for YouTube, the most beautiful thing you would want to do, especially for YouTube, is to have multiple channels where you just focus on one thing and everybody knows that you're focusing on one thing. That's because as well, when you get an opportunity, as in, let's say, people who would want you to be a brand ambassador or some of those influencing opportunities, they just want to look at your page and see that you've been speaking the same language. And that's essentially what I did on my LinkedIn eventually, right? And that was how I told you guys that I was being reached out by a very big bank in my country, and I'm still looking towards how it's going to end. I'm believing for it right now. Okay, so back to our conversations for the day. So we said today we're going to be talking about Upwork, right? So like every other general platform, you can be you can be found through your profile. That means optimization. So the same thing we talked about LinkedIn, the same thing we're going to talk about Upwork. It's just that on Upwork, the style of optimization is different, right? It's not exactly what we did on LinkedIn. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. It has literally almost always been a habit for me. Once I go to a place freshly, I just check people who seem to be making noise in that particular area. That's what I did. So for my niche then, what I registered was as a content writer, right? So as soon as I registered as a content writer, I went on my search bar and I clicked older content writers who had made over 10K, for those people who are showing their finances, or people who are probably top rated. That was the first thing I did. So maybe this is our first point for how to optimize your Upwork profile, right? So the first thing I did was I picked literally, was it 3 to 10 people. I know I do research a lot. The ones I documented was the ones that suited exactly what I wanted to offer. But if it's for research, I'm sure I went to over 50. But I'm not trying to make it to be so huge in your eyes. Maybe what you can do is to probably take your 3 bests, right, and just look through their profiles from one person to the other and see how they communicated, right? See how they communicate. Of course, I've taught you guys about how to also prompt your AI to come up with something nice. But the challenge with Upwork, hey, even Upwork has AI. But if you use Upwork's AI, you would therefore enter into the bush, like literally. So if you see, maybe let's say you bought your connects and then you're trying to apply and you're seeing Upwork's AI asking you if they can help you out, please run, no, because you literally, with your AI, in fact, no clients will look at you. That's literally, if a client will look at you, it will just be God's grace, and then probably a rookie HR manager you probably found. Maybe the person just decided to register today on Upwork and it's looking for people, and then, which is usually a red flag. It's usually a red flag. A lot of people will tell you that you should look at the accounts. Like if somebody posted a job, you must see how old the job is. Look at how old the job is, the people he has worked with, the reviews the people he has worked with has given him, that way to help you. So you, let's say you see a job post and you look at it, and then the next thing you're seeing is, this man is a very wicked man, he's a very terrible man, in fact I'm giving him a 1 star. Then you now say you are, in fact you are anointed, you can work with anybody. Well, you can try that. Like I said, there's no hard and fast rule, but people who are generally tough will always repeat the cycle. So you don't want yourself to be the scapegoat. And the thing with Upwork is that every single time, if you just get a bad review, it is over for that particular profile, right? For you and that particular profile, because it will affect your rating. You have to work over and over again, and it takes, for people to work with you, it will take a lot for them to overlook that one bad review. So the advice is usually, once somebody gives you a bad review, don't review them back. And most times you don't know. So if you have any challenge with any client, don't even give a review. Just leave the person with God. Because if you leave a review, the person will counter review, and to affect, even though you were hot, you were the one who lost, it will now count on, it will literally become on you. Like everybody who sees you will just figure out that you're probably very hard to work with, and so many other things, and it can literally affect everything that you're doing. How are you all doing? Good to see you, Roberta. Thank you so much for coming as well. Okay, so we're discussing Upwork. For those people who just joined, I'm going to try my best again. I said essentially you have to, everywhere, like every platform requires that you update your profile, right? Every single time. I think I have a class for step by step. I have a video for it, for step by step guide on how to register your Upwork. But for the sake of today, like we said, we have many things that we're going to be doing today, so I would essentially drop that as well. So I'll let you guys know where I don't think I left the video. I hid the video somewhere. It's probably just somewhere in my laptop. So what I will do is that I'll just break it into shorts. I'll cut it very short, and then either I post it up here, or even though I want my videos hyper edited. So these days I've just been feeling very, I don't want to post any video that I'm not comfortable like aesthetically with, but because of the timing, maybe I'll just try my best to just release that video. But we did essentially excellent, like we took tutorials on how you can start step by step. Let's say you're a rookie, you don't even know what Upwork is. Okay, so somebody should just help me spell the Upwork, so that everybody will not be saying, what is she saying, what is she doing, so that everybody can know what it is. So if it's probably your first time, okay, maybe I should let me take a pause and ask this question, right? If you're on Upwork, just say you're on Upwork, let's know. And then, okay, awesome, thank you so much. So if you're on Upwork, just say you're on Upwork right now. The Lizzie Last channel, I think this is the first time I'm seeing that channel, except you probably just renamed your channel. Else you might be coming for the first time, and if you're coming for the first time, that means you missed our class on how to name channels, because you don't want to name your channel in a way that people cannot remember what you do, except maybe this is a lifestyle channel. So please just let me know, so that, okay, awesome. So Lizzie Last, please, I'm waiting on you, because this is the first time. We usually take our first timers very seriously. We want to meet you. Just let us know, are you from LinkedIn, or are you from LinkedIn, or you're from YouTube, or you just saw us passively? Kindly let me know. Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, so you just opened it, one of your excellent channels. Okay, that's beautiful. I just wanted to be sure, but then that was just in. Oh, okay, that's very beautiful. So you're welcome here. Please, so what's your own first name, so that we all know you, because we want to make sure that we are responsible for everybody who comes to us. We just want to make sure that we know you, so we can help, and then beyond the program as well, we can develop strong relationships. Awesome, so you're welcome. I really appreciate you. Okay, awesome. Okay, so guys, you know the worst thing that can happen to you is is to have a LinkedIn post live while you're doing something else. I don't know how it works for any other person, but Jesus, I don't know how to do post and go. So I don't even know what made me post before coming here, but well, it's okay. Let's see how it works. Okay, so thank you so much, Elizabeth. We really appreciate you for coming. Thank you. Okay, so let's be going back to our discussion. So essentially, if you're just joining us in, we're talking about Upwork, right? And we said immediately after the Upwork, what we'll do is, if all of our resumes, so please, as you come in, just tell me that your resume is ready from what the prompt I dropped yesterday. If your resume is ready, just write resume ready. Just write resume ready, so that we have to finish in the next 1 hour. No matter what we do, we have to finish in the next 1 hour. If you think we should give us time, then tomorrow, all we're going to do completely tomorrow is going to be application for jobs, like completely, so that now everybody can start having that form of experience. In fact, I'm hoping that by the time we'll be rounding on our 30th day, we'll literally have people celebrating jobs, right? Celebrating communities. So those people who are celebrating communities, it will be beautiful. Those people who are celebrating their business, it will be beautiful. Those who are celebrating the fact that they have personal brands already. So all the jobs, I want to make it one day, and I don't want to do it on YouTube because I don't know what we said that night. All I know is that there's a word that is still ringing in my mind that I said often, and it had to do with jobs. So I'm just thinking that probably that's what would have made the whatever to affect us. So what we'll do is on Monday, the whole of Monday, I'll start dropping the link from Money. Yay, Kuyik, good to see you. This is beautiful. You're welcome here. Please, let's also welcome Kuyik on LinkedIn. Kuyik, it's like you changed your name. I've seen you once. You came here, but you wrote your name is really lovely now. So good to see you as well. Yes, you've come once. Yes, okay, awesome. Okay, so we said it again. Tomorrow is going to be our pure, like all those companies. I'll send all the links. We'll be sending it. Okay, awesome. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I said tomorrow is our job day, like our job full day. So we're going to call it like job day. Like I said, I'm very biased because I know that there is a pillar of content creation and influencing. There's also a pillar of the business of what you do as IE coaching, and then there's the job proper. So if I'm saying jobs, I just say it because a lot of you are very excited to hear that you want jobs, but from the way I talk, you know my positioning. I've never hid it from anybody, right? Okay, thank you so much, Koyik. It's so good to see you as well. Okay, so awesome. So I love what is going on. Please, let's welcome anybody. If there's anybody who is probably joining us for the first time, please, we are LinkedIners, so majorly, right? Or this is me being biased. So if you're a streamer, we're LinkedIners majorly, and we believe in personal branding. We believe in our digital footprints. We don't believe that we'll enter a place literally and just disappear or just listen in on everybody. We like to keep memories everywhere we go, because for us, relationship is very important. That is why we want you to always leave a comment when you are here. I know that we've had a lot of people who are streaming from stream to stream, but I can tell you that my room is not for talking nonsense. And I understand. I'm not saying that nonsense is bad in a sense, because somehow that's how a lot of you cool out, chill out, right? Watching some of those funny things. But for my room, essentially, is to educate people, because life out there is actually tough. So it's very important that we get people learning so that they can have the financial freedom that will help them enjoy themselves effortlessly. Okay, so like I said, essentially back to our conversation. So I started with my story on how I got my jobs. In fact, how I started my job on Upwork, I didn't even know some of the things that people were talking about. In fact, let me even just say the truth. I even applied with my resume as the first time I showed up on Upwork, and guess what? It didn't affect me. But one of the first things I realized was that my account was this thing was taken out. I was restricted. That was the first thing that happened to me, because like I said again, Upwork was designed in such a way that you don't send any personal information to anyone. You never ever don't try it. Once you try it, they will probably just take you out, or just so many things. One thing you should never do is to send your resume, as in this resume that we're doing this night. You can only send it when you have passed several stages, and they probably want to interview you, and then they tell you to bring some things that might be, maybe they meet you on another platform. Like I said again, every time anyone tells you to leave a particular platform, please avoid them, because they are probably taking you to a place where you'll be defenseless already. What did you call it? Upwork is semi-discoid in the sense that you might not even know people. So if the system says they want to protect your money, you better trust them by insisting on the platform that you are from. I think one of the last jobs I got on Upwork was from UK. And when we have finished everything, I did my interview. In fact, I knew the person. The person even knew where I was, my village, because he was one of those healthcare professionals who traveled abroad and opened up his own psychiatric clinic. So I was supposed to be literally his PA, right? Of course, like I told you guys, the first time I decided I was going to do remote working, I didn't just think of the content creation aspect or the part of me probably even offering a clinic. I knew outrightly. So if you're a medical personnel here, you know that for you to practice in another country, you have to have gone through their board exams. So I knew that it wasn't going to be now because of the money and everything that would be required. I said, okay, what is my low-hanging fruit? So this is me also telling the story, right, of how you should start probably niching down, right? The question is, what is your low-hanging fruit? What are those things that you're comfortable with? Well, I know that LinkedIners will not have that challenge. The only challenge people from LinkedIn will have is that they might have said that they can do multiple things. And unfortunately, on Upwork does not take that. You must do one thing. So if you are an email copywriter, that's the only thing you can do. You cannot say you're an email copywriter, then you are a graphic designer, then you are if you just try that, video editor, you will not be getting jobs. That's just the truth. Once anybody sees that you have multiple niches, they will just move to the next. Okay, move on to the next. Okay, sounds like a song. Okay, God, in my head, I know what it is. Okay, so exactly back to my story, that was essentially what I did, right? And I was restricted the first time, right? The first time I just showed up bagam because I sent my GGG. But you know the shocking part, like after the whole thing that happened, I literally got a job with that same resume because I didn't know what I was doing that was wrong. In fact, when they restricted me and I got a mail, I said, what did I do? Then they now told me, oh, that my phone number, my email, and then what else? My phone number and my emails were on my resume, and that is not allowed. Even documents, they frown at documents a bit. The only thing they do about documents is that they'll first of all scan the document. If they see that there's nothing indicting as in your email and your other communication channels, then they will leave you. So that was what happened to me the first time. But surprisingly, I got a job with that same this thing. So as soon as I was released, that was when one of the jobs I had applied earlier to, now sent me a mail and told me that they wanted to work with me. So that was my Portugal my Portugal clients. And my Portugal clients started me off as a newbie. I didn't know Shingwa. Hey God. Even up to now, I'm ashamed of myself because of the blunders I just made with that guy. Oh God, and he was so merciful. He started me off at $10 per hour, and for me, I was very fast. In fact, he gives me an assignment today like this. Let's say in the morning, he just tells me that, okay, I should write something for his blog. I collect that assignment today. My dear, my children were barely 5-6 months then, my twins, and I didn't have any help at home. This I will just shift them one side first. I'll tell them money is on the ground. I will start writing. In fact, I don't wait. As he's giving me an assignment in a day, I'm submitting it that same day. In fact, those were one of the major things that kept him endeared. He was like, what kind of that? I'm very fast. What kind of? And by now we have not even started this. For us who are LinkedIners, we definitely have had, like for me, I've wrote on LinkedIn for 1 month, from 1 year stretch, like back to back, almost every day. If I miss, maybe I can say one day in like a full month. In fact, it was recently that I started questioning many things. I mean, once I'm questioning anything, I can even decide when I post. Nothing concerned Agbero with overload. But before then, it was judicial. 6 a.m. we're already on LinkedIn. So I'm just saying it now so that some of you who are probably seeing me and you're saying, I'm going to post when Dr. Vivian posts. Please don't do that. So if you're if you're starting out, you will rage. I think there's the scriptures in the Bible that said something like that, talked about how that you should rage against any man who is desperate separates himself and rages against all unwise judgments. It means that any single time you want to start something new, there is the concept called total immersion, and that's what I always do everywhere. And sincerely, I have a track record of winning so I really am one of those people who will try something and I get caught. So anyway, if somebody wants to say MMN and CBEX and all that, I've never done any of those things, because for me, when I want to do anything, I want to see pathway, I want to see steps, I want to see that I am learning from it. So if I'm doing anything, I'm also looking at the business of it. If it's something that I actually cannot start for myself, I cannot build with their structures, then it's not for me. I'm very patient. That's why I used to tell my friends a lot. And then the word is, I am not just patient, I am very conceited. Not conceited might sound a bit like being confident, but I am very, there's this thing that they call, it's just coming to me in Hausa, and in Hausa it's called Bakomi spirit. Hausa people, they used to say Bakomi spirit. It just simply means that you are so relaxed, you're not even bothered. They might be saying that these people are going to give you the world. Once I don't understand the system of anything, I will just tell myself, oh, this one is not for me. So that's how I do. So anytime I'm starting anything new, just like when I started my YouTube channel, right? Officially, like putting my energy into this channel, right? I don't think I've put my energy into this channel for 1 month. I don't think I've put my energy. Like if I put my energy, we'll not go no. So I'm just trying to tell you that every single time you want to start anything new at all, across any platform, just do total immersion. The reason why a lot of us don't succeed is because we still used to question. We are, I don't know how to say it. Let's say now you have come into the monetization bootcamp, but you're still questioning if you're going to learn anything, simply because I didn't put a price tag. Like I told you guys, so it's only for me that I'm doing this thing. I'm not going to do it again. It just coincided with the season where I am building. So I just decided that, okay, in order to be fair on both ends, I want to make sure that I pour out myself completely, so that everybody who is currently in my phase will come out of whatever it is that they are going through. Okay, so I'm saying this again so that tomorrow somebody will not come and tell me, Dr. Vivian, they want free, and there's nothing like that. So okay, so you guys have been hearing me talk about all my clients, my international clients. None of them is free. In fact, I don't even want to start exposing. In fact, right now I have a question. Send me your rate card. In fact, that's what I just left on LinkedIn before coming here. I just told myself, let me calm down. But I need to send the person my documents. So those documents that I told you guys to have curated before now, right? I already have saved it up for all the clients that are coming to me. So that they just know that I'm not an anyhow person. And that's why I'm telling you guys, please just do your assignment. The only thing is that even if you are probably not started charging what the general charge is for your niche, just put it there. When people reach out to you, send them your rate card. Okay, somebody was asking me what is rate card. Rate card just simply means, hey, there's somebody I'm missing out on. Please give me 1 moment. When somebody said, just send me your rate card, it just simply means what is the amount that people in your cadre will normally charge for the offer you gave. And sometimes if you're confused about probably charging your standard price, go browse about it across country. That's what I do. If you ask me for my rate card, I'll give you the one across country, so that you don't think because I'm a Nigerian and so I am a anyhow person. So the only question would now be, you can now ask me, how much am I willing to charge you as a person? So that's where we can now start our conversation. But the goal is not for you to think that, okay, I'm some lazy ass desperate lady. That's why I told you guys, if you branch along these 5 pillars I told us about from the very beginning, then 3 of them are very strong ones, you will never be out of job. You will never. The only thing is that when your contracts are over, you're not even free. So for me, I think today, some people met me in church and they were telling me that they wanted to see me, and said, sincerely, if I'm going to be sincere with you, and I looked throughout my week today, I didn't have one space this week to have any conversation with anybody. And I had to just tell the person the truth. If you can find me here and here, then we can talk outrightly. But outside this, it's going to really be tough for me. So if I'm releasing any particular day, it's a whole lot of work. And guess what? Sometimes it's not because I am working actively. It's because I have decided that I've understood my pillars, and I've understood that I literally have to be working consistently if I have to stay ahead of the game, right? So no job, no money defines my activity. I already have my goals plotted out. So that's part of the things we talked about yesterday. So if you have missed from day one, please go back, and this is not fluff, right? You will see exactly everything. We made you guys do a lot of things, from personally brand yourself to your community names, to how to get people into your community, to your content creation. We even did a little bit of a video editing class. Then we have a full 5 hours video editing class also on this channel, where you just sit down and just learn, so that you're not under any form of pressure, and you're not under a pressure of money, because that's literally what makes people charge cheap. The fear of missing out. That's the FOMO, what do they call it? The FOMO syndrome. And guess what? The FOMO syndrome, a lot of times when people are talking about the FOMO syndrome, they are always talking about it when it is them selling to clients. But unfortunately, people don't understand that it works both ways. And now I'm saying this because I've never heard it somewhere, but I say it again. Some people, when clients reach out to them, the fear of also losing the clients can make them charge themselves lower than they should. For me to charge myself anyhow, right? That's what you guys, of course, we've done this bootcamp severally now. You guys know the price. In fact, currently, my price tag for this bootcamp that I'm offering everyone here is $50. I'm serious. You can check. But I told myself outrightly that, okay, if I'm going to help a lot of people, if I'm in a phase where, okay, I'm needing to grow, I need to grow on a particular aspect of my life, then I can as well offer it. So I'm offering it again. I told you guys from the beginning that the best way to be relevant, that's the word, is to outgive yourself in every season. The best way to evolve is to give. So that being said, right, so we're back into our conversations. Everything I was saying up until now is how you can learn to take on new roles, take on new possibilities. So even if you resume at an office, you resume at a job, many other opportunities, ensure this one thing: learn the total immersion, right? It's not time for you to be jumping around. Learn the ropes. Don't be saying I'm a newbie. Some people will say, some people answer. That's how when I tell people that, okay, I stayed on LinkedIn for the last one, all that I've achieved, it's in the last 1 year, they will not believe. But I set a crop of people as we speak that will still be saying 1 year is a newbie. I'm a newbie. You've been 500, you've been 100 for the past 1 year. You've been 500, you've been 600 for the past 1 year. And if they ask you, still be saying you're a newbie. But me, I decided, of course, I told you guys all the story I've been writing, even what I wrote yesterday and the day before yesterday, they were my truths. In fact, I had to codedly write that story very well, so that the people who were perpetrators of it don't even know that they are the ones. But every energy I have, for some of you who think that, because that was the same word, just like I wrote in my yesterday's post, they told me you will burn out. That's all I can tell you guys. If you need something, there's a way you are. There's a way. Oh, Jesus. Somebody who is needing something, there's a way the person is. Hunger doesn't explain itself. It just burns. Have you seen a raging fire? It just burns and it clears everything on its path. And that's one position you probably need to be in every single time you're looking to win in a particular direction. And guess what? Until you have made the requisite sacrifice in that direction, you have not even started. You can't even say that you're not getting opportunities. So I told you guys, me, it was 5. In fact, it started with those times when I got that 5 opportunity. I said sometimes for 5 days stretch, I was nursing children. Already my children, they don't let me sleep. So in fact, you can see my eyes. Anytime I have sleep deficit, my eyes usually will go red, right? But this is one thing I also want to let you all know. I said I had 5-month twins with me. I didn't have a nanny. Nobody, just me and my husband. Those nights, I had already even started my master's. I did master's and I was doing my master's because, you know, I had to even start my master's already in my resume. I was telling people that that's what I put in view. Yes, that was the first thing I did. I first of all took my leg out. I told myself, master's in public health in view. So anytime I came out I came for a job interview, then they would ask me. So I knew that I needed to finish that the masters as early as possible. So as soon as I started writing, the day I wrote in Vue, I applied and I got the admissions almost immediately. So I was working, I was in school, I had twins, only me. I wrote exams. So I'm just saying this, so this is probably a story in passing. So that some of you, I know how many people that have registered to join this course, but I know that that's my own challenge as well with people who don't pay for things. They don't honor it. That has been my major challenge. But I said definitely the reason why I opened this make cohort to be that way is because let it be recorded somewhere that at some point I didn't make anybody feel like, okay, they didn't, even though they were not ready at that particular time to have that opportunity, that they didn't get it. So I made sure it was spread out, right? I made sure it was spread out. In fact, one of the reasons why I started charging at the Phoenix Gate, because from the root of Phoenix Gate, how Phoenix Gate came to me, I didn't even plan to make money out of it, but because of people's laziness, every time people will register for things. So I see me now, I tried again this time around, and the same thing upon all the system we put in place. Even you filling the form, when you fill the form, you know that anything that will happen in this camp is not just anyhow. It shows you that this person really thought through before bringing you on board. But still, people will come in here and then they'll be on the group. Some of them, I even had to send them personal messages and all that. Like, I don't have a problem. This is not even me venting, okay? Because anything that is valuable will always work. And I'm saying it and with all pride in my heart. And I'm telling you as well, this is me coming back to the ideation that made me start talking. Please, if you are seeking for an opportunity, until you've expended energy in that right direction effectively, then you can say you do not have a job. But you cannot be watching Netflix, jumping from one YouTube Nigerian movie, American movie, to the other, and still say that you're looking for a job. You know you're not. We're going to call a spade a spade. You know you're not. You're just deceiving yourself. So I'm telling you guys some of the things, like the mindset that you need to have when you are searching for opportunities. You will stay awake, and there's no problem with it. For me, I knew it was a phase that was going to pass. And did it pass? Yes, it passed. Right now, what I have is people coming to meet me and asking me to work with them. So if you want to get out of any phase quickly, you will still put the sacrifice. So the difference between me and people who probably showed up on LinkedIn 5 years ago is probably going to be their numbers, right? Because growth was much more easier on LinkedIn 5 years ago, even on YouTube. But it cannot deter my sacrifice, right? What will now make me stand? Okay, sorry, give me one moment. I needed to send. There's somebody who, I don't know up to now if she has joined us. What's her name? Oh, my friend. Used to be in the same church. If you're here, kindly say, Susan. Susan, are you here? Hey, whoa, what am I writing? Susan, are you here? If you're here, please let me know that you're here so that I can just go ahead. You see the issue with people communicating when they are already in, because it's always going to help me. Because she has really been benefiting a lot. She has been so happy so far. And she always gives me a review every day. But surprisingly, she really wants to talk. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm trying to say now. So if there's anything that you're going to probably leave here this night with, right, is that I would want you to outrightly know how your mind should be working when you're requiring anything new. How your mind should work when you're... So until you've done that for yourself, don't listen to anybody. Or when people are saying things are hard, don't join them. Don't join them, because see, this is how life works. If you make the requisite sacrifice, you get results. For me, that's one mindset I had to imbibe first off. I don't even want to tell myself, maybe join a community of people saying, Upwork is hard, LinkedIn is hard, you go suffer. No, if you put sacrifice, that's how this world works. That's why a lot of people believe in the fetish, because they believe that they will have to give something. And sincerely, honestly, right? In fact, one day, was it day before? No, it's not day before yesterday. Last week while I was sitting in, I had... Okay, sorry guys. My second device is talking. So while I was sitting in, I just heard it was like God talking to my heart. He just said, Me, I gave everything to make sure that this world is set like this. Don't think you're going to, the ball game is going to be different from you. So you have to make sacrifices. So me, I'm just saying it. No matter your niche. And see, ginger will set you apart. Guys, it's called, in medicine, right? It's called showmanship. It's called showmanship. It means that, right, it's not even just about getting the job if anybody comes across to you. It's not even just about you speaking on people's platforms when they invite you to speak. It's about your how, like your courage of yourself, the way you prepare, the way you honor the person. It's called showmanship. And you are also further validating that it's not about money, right? I'll say it again. It's not about money. Money is eventually going to be okay, sorry, I'm just looking through. Money is eventually going to measure your value. Like, the more excellent you become, the more valuable you become, the more your money will rise to meet you. But I'm still saying it again, your honor will keep you. The way you address the person, the way you appear for your interviews and all that will literally set you apart. Okay, so let me go back to our conversation. So for my story, essentially what I did was I studied. So I'm already giving the points. When you want to set up an exceptional Upwork profile, the first thing you're going to do is check at least 10 persons. Like, if you're so lazy, 10 persons in your niche. If you are super lazy, just check 10 persons in your niche and just see what they are doing there, right? Everything they write. Some of them, if you know that they are top voices, especially people that are not so older, you know, for the big accounts, like I tell you, every single time people are just trying to believe on a system, they waiver a whole lot of things. So for some of you who are probably going to be enjoying this video right now, it's because you came when I decided, this was just when I decided I was going to do this course. So you're going to get it for free. But like I said, other people will not get it for free. It will not happen, right? Because also, this is me also helping their mind. And also from my texts, what did they call it? From my tests of how I did with the people who jumped in and filled the form and all that, right? And how they eventually treated this bootcamp, it's also further even buttressed to me, while, okay, free things are not okay. So we have like how many people on the group, and none of them are showing up because free things are okay. A few of them, sorry, not none of them, are not showing up. Is because free things, people actually don't value free things. That is why I'm going to put money on it, and I'm going to, but generally, this is my passion. I just want to make things, if I know any secret, I will just peel. I just want to make things better and easier for anybody who will be in my path, right? But like I said again, it's in your doing that you set yourself apart. Even during this boot camp, right? There are certain people, I'm serious, when that other job that I'm working with, the Canadian, comes to fruition, there are certain people I'll just call to work with me. It's just it's showmanship. So when you show up, choose how you show up. Right? When you write, choose how you write. The goal is not just about the money or what you think you're going to get directly from the person who is offering whatever, but it's just for reference sake and for you as well in the future, so that you're able to, when people remember you, they can literally say, no, if it's this person, give her the job. She's diligent. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And that is just that. So when you think you don't have money, just watch again. You actually have money. It's just that they are in different forms and it's transferable. So I told you guys, 15 profiles. Look at them closely. Look at the ones who are just starting with you, right? That are very optimized, because they are likely having the latest ideation on what optimization is. Then those people who are probably around 10K to 50K, right, in their revenues, you might just look at them as well. Then look at the big dogs, those with 100K to 2 million and the rest. There are people who have that much on Upwork. Because the thing with Upwork is that it will expose your earnings also, because it helps people trust in the organization that, oh, there's actually money out of this. So for me, sometimes I feel like Upwork is running an attaché system. So you spend money to buy connect, then you apply for jobs, and then when you apply for those jobs, you may or may not get them. Then hopefully when you get them, you start getting your attaché back. But if you give up, now who give up, fuck up. Okay, F up. I didn't want to use that, but that's usually the adage, right? But for me, I didn't think it made sense so much. That's why as soon as I got my clients, as many clients I got, I tried to move my clients away from those who I eventually got used to. I tried to move them away from Upwork, and then I got comfortable with LinkedIn, because like LinkedIn is free access. In fact, you can make people your clients by yourself. So that's part of the things we're going to be doing in our last week. We're going to do leads generation and mapping out. So we map out people, send them emails as they hot. So tomorrow is for companies. I have the links of those specific companies. I'll tell you exactly how to answer it. We have to meet on another platform because I don't want it to seem like if I say something right now. I told you guys that other one that we did where I did screencasting, I showed my screen. They were saying that I was showing too much. So maybe that was probably, I don't know, I was showing too much. So I don't know what it is that I showed that was too much. So they took down the video. So that's why I would want that application day. If you guys coming very early, 8 o'clock tomorrow, we'll just start applying in different places. If there are any what questions you have, just let us know. Then once we are done, maybe we'll do that application back to back, 2 to 3 days. Then on the 4th day, we'll now go ahead and we'll do LinkedIn lead generation by ourselves. We'll search that one. I must make sure everybody, so I'm saying it now so that I prepare you. So if you see anybody that looks like somebody you want to work for, whether in the UK, US, in fact, what I would advise everybody is to put on the search bar, put UK. If you're a virtual assistant, write founder in UK. Once you write founder UK, and you can have access. Some founders, they hide their emails, but if you check very well, right, in their conversations, you shall find it. Follow their thoughts. So I'll give you guys 3 days. So this is me probably giving this assignment in person. I'll give you guys 3 days to go ahead and quickly just search for those kinds of persons, right? So that we will do an email copywriting course maybe on the 4th day. Then all of us will do operation. Please, as much as possible, don't spam anybody's DM. By spamming DMs, I mean don't send one copywriting or like your one what message to 20 people. Don't try it. Don't try it. If not, all of you just tell your LinkedIn, you kiss your LinkedIn goodbye. If you share, you spread the same message, you're literally going to be I don't want to say it because I don't know also if these people are having challenges with it, but you just wake up and you just see you can't access your account. So I'm already telling you guys. So if you're lazy, I've told you guys, for you to win is hard work. So just cancel you cannot be gisting with your friends and you're watching movies and you're chewing gum, then you just carry one particular copyright or maybe any templates I will give you guys to write your copyright with. Then you just spread it to 20. As you're spreading it to 20, the first thing you first of all see is that you cannot comment. That one is, in fact, you write your post, you cannot post. Then before you know it, you just say, let you go out and come back inside and you'll not see yourself again. So please be warned. We're not lazy people in this camp, right? We just stretch and we make sure that we do the right thing. Okay, so back to our conversations for the day. So like I told you, the first thing I did was I researched. After researching, I started writing my profile. I did not have a challenge with it. Rewrite your profile. Make sure that the name on your, let's say on your headline, you wrote email copywriter. Make sure that if you write small, your sentence, find a way to still put email copywriting. So make your SEO, like your keywords, to be multiply repeated in your profile. Like let's say email copywriter, then you write what you do. I help the person. So like I said again, when we optimize our LinkedIn, we said first of all you write you help, then you call the person, because the person is like, I want to talk to you now. Then I just come and I just start saying, hello, I sell oranges, I sell eba, no. The first thing you call the person. So if you call my name, I will turn. That's where you see things like I help startup founders, I help beginner business owners. So once you see I call your name first, so I help, then what is their pain point? After you call their name, just say it quickly, what is paining them. So if you miss that class, please, it's here, I think it's day 13 or so. All the days are labeled. I think what I'll just do is, again, I'll relabel them specifically so that each day you know what you're coming to learn for each day. Okay, so like I said again, what you want to do is once you have called their names, you tell them what is paining them immediately. That's what you mean you just call. So that's like prophecy that all of you are always craving for. You have opportunities to do prophecies even in your business. That means you just say, who is Jennifer in this place? Is there any Jennifer in this place? The last time I saw you, you were crying. So you've already drawn my attention. At that point, my hands are up. Anything you tell me, I'm gonna do. That's why it's very important to mention people's pain points, even in our hook. So for some of us who missed our content creation class, please go ahead and find it in the days we've done content creation, or we did types of hooks. In fact, then we also in camp, we also gave the list of hooks so that you know, and we also gave a prompt to generate hooks that is specific for your industry. So in this place where Blaze, if you're not doing anything, like, that you're on another platform, right? Okay, so back to my conversations for the night. Okay, so you just optimize your profile like that. You're able to make sure everything you offer, it's in dots, even though you write email copywriting at the top, but everything that you can do, you can just write them, you list them completely for them to see. Once you see, what I will do is I'll take a photo of a very fully optimized particular niche. Maybe I'll do it for 3 different niches. Just somebody should just remind me so that I'll give you an idea of that. So let's say we're done with stage 1, right? Let me see where we are. So that was the first thing I did when I studied other people's zone. Now, I didn't know anything about application. So that means first of all, my profile got it, right? So when I was applying and people looked at my profile, they knew that this person will know something, right? And even though I didn't know anything, I didn't go for any class, nobody taught me anything. I just sat down. Like I told you guys, there's always a way to win, and it's always very important you pay attention. If you put your head neck deep in anything, you find the shortcut. Okay, but then it's always better as well. So now some of you who are probably listening in on me, you now figure out that it's going to be a lot more easier, right? So some of the checklists you want to pay attention to should be your profile photo. Please, the same thing you did on LinkedIn, do it on what did they call it, on Upwork, right? Have a specific headline. Like I said, it's the same thing. Tell people, call them by their names. Tell them what you do, what their pain points, not what you do. Don't say, hello, I am a medical doctor of 6 years experience. Please don't do that. That's what a lot of us do. But you will not do that. You say, I help call the likely persons from his pain points. If that person, yes, specific pain points, yes, then you say the specific pain point, then what you do. Right, then the results that you can deliver. So if you've had any history of people that you've worked with, yes, okay, so guys, please give me one moment, just one moment, just give me one. Let's just take a 1 minute break, please. My babies are okay. Let me see. Give me a moment. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for your patience. I am back. Okay, so I had to just quickly help them in the other room so that they don't interrupt my recording. Okay, so where was I now? Hey, can somebody help me? Where was I? Just go back there. Why are you looking like that? Don't worry, I'm walking. When I'm done, I'll come and meet you. Yes. Okay, let me see where I am. Okay, can somebody remind me? Okay, probably let me just go ahead and just go. So for Upwork, as much as possible, ensure that your profile photo is smiling. Yes, that's the one I didn't say. Ensure that your profile photo is smiling, a clear background. But for the sake of personal branding, you can just use your background can be the color of your brand, right? So that you can, there should be some form of memory that you provide when people see you. So now another thing is, state the problems you've ever solved and how you solved them, right? And the results you got when you did them. All of those are very important. Your skills. Then we talked about portfolio yesterday already. So I'm sure if you had followed from day one to this point, almost all of us now have portfolios. If you have not done the assignments I gave you guys, now I told you guys today we're supposed to be submitting our assignments. If I'm supposed to be one of those secondary school teachers, I'll even say that. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Both of you resonated exactly the same thing. Okay, so thank you so much. I really appreciate. So one of the things I was saying is that if you have not probably paid attention to your portfolio, if you have followed from day one to now, almost all of you would have had a portfolio. In fact, for the people who have built communities already, you can, even if as much as possible, please, I beg you, even if your community is a community of 2 people, fix a meeting with them, help them. Even if you the people who agreed to join your, hey, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord, come on. Olivia, what did people rub like this? I've entered one chance today. Oh yeah, you guys to come and make people laugh. Come and sit down. Yes, I know. Come and sit down. We're all going to teach together. Olivia, what did you guys rub on your head? What did you guys rub on your head? Okay, hey, I think YouTube doesn't like children. Hey, go back. They don't like seeing kids on anything at all. Okay, so don't worry, I will discuss this later. This is me every single time. I'm now having PTSD from that my video that was taken down. Jesus. Okay, guys, so let me continue what I was saying before now. So even if you have 3 people who have, so for people who just joined us, we have all of us here who have done our assignments already have a community of people that we're helping. So even if you have just like 6 people in your community, right? Even if you have just 6 people in your community, fix a meeting date for them, help them, right? You can even see that 6 people can be part of your project, right? If you've coached them on something, if it's too small, like the number of persons, like it's less than 10, you can just leave 10. You just say, I have coached several professionals. Nobody asked you for the numbers. So if the numbers are too small, you can just keep it somewhere, right? But if it's not too small, please make sure that you have meetings with your community people at least once a week. Now, this is what it will do to you, right? Every single time you're under pressure to create your notes, you're under pressure to teach excellently, you're under pressure to talk about whatever it is. So for those people who are virtual assistants, I think it was Happiness. I know her own is House of Honorables also. Please confirm that that's your name. So for Happiness now, what I'm going to do for her is that, Olivia, stop, I'm hearing you guys are on my background. Okay, so House of Honorables, right? So essentially, please, if you're here, just kindly confirm that I'm saying the name right. So what you want to do is that you will these kids. Okay, so let me go back to my thoughts, my line of thoughts, right? Whatever it is that you want to offer, just find these people and teach them. If you're still asking yourself, okay, so I got it, thank you so much. Okay, so if you're still questioning your ability, if you're still having challenges with impostor, it's better you start teaching now. I told you guys, based on our 3 pillars, if you mistakenly enter here, you're a coach, right? If you mistakenly enter here, and the reason because is we said this is that for us, expertise in this community is being able to move somebody from A to B. You don't have to know it all. And expertise is also you being able to say what A to B you can do. You just tell somebody, see, I can take you from A to B, and you truly have the step-by-step documented. So if you started from day one to this point, you already know that we're talking documentation. So before I came here, I saw Dr. Phil's post where he said that he got a client, and the client now told him that he should send what did they call it, a document, that he wants to know exactly what he was doing. You need to see my response. I laughed at him in the comment section. I told my outright, I said, if it's my community people, we already made up our minds that we're not the ones that will not document. But he now said, oh yes, it's true, he finally have learned it, that he's not going to, at least he has finally learned. So he got a client that challenged him. So if you are part of us, and then I'm sure some of our community people who would have read it would have laughed, because we're the ones that prepare our notes. We already have documents of how you're joining, from how you're joining, your people are joining your communities, what to feel, to what they need, to the structure of what they are going to be receiving, and so many other things in the course of the journey. So if you filled the form properly, you see that I in fact, when I saw some of the things all of you filled, I just kept laughing. But I'm hoping that you are arranging, even if you pay attention to that form, you definitely already have a business documentation that you can even submit anywhere. So please, I'm begging you, if you're probably joining us for the first time, go back and make sure you start from day one and start writing it out very quickly, so that you can catch up, right? Because like we said, on our 30th day, what we're going to do is yes, give me a moment. On the 30th day, we are having a live event that everybody must speak. I've already told you guys. So if you already have your community now, your goal is to meet with your community at least once a week. See, shake. Let your mouth be doing gaga 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 while you're talking to them. It's part of it. Let them say, boss, chief, my chief, why are you shaking? It's part of it, right? Imagine that you're going to be talking with them weekly until we're done, and then we now have our live event. Everything you're going to be talking about. In fact, by the time you'll be talking on on the general platform, like the Phoenixgate platform, in fact, what you'll be saying is, I remember what I told my students. Nobody will know that your student is just 5 people inside one group somewhere. But guess what? A lot of people will trust you, because like we said, on the final day of the event, it's going to be very big. I'm looking to have at least 1,000 people plus register for the event, and I'm hoping that all of you will collaborate with me so that we'll make it really big and everybody will talk. So that's the reason why when you were filling the forms, I got your photos already. I don't want to be saying, oh yeah, you should send me a photo, kewan, so that people will be delaying me. The only thing is I'll find out the people who are representing whatever groups. So all of you are already grouped. If your group has not met even once, people are looking for trouble. That's all I can say. Hi, Vital Man said, good to see you again. Thank you so much. I celebrate you. Have you joined? Oh, you have not joined the general group. I'm so sorry. Please remind me. You know, we're in this together. So please remind me so that I can make sure that I get you into the group with others. So please, let me even ask one question. All the people here, please name your team. Like, I mean, Team Gold, Team Diamond, Team Sapphire. Please just write your team so that I know. Hello, Mama Beer. Good to see you. Ecop Solutions. I celebrate you. How are you doing today? How are the kids and church? Hey, Olivia. YouTube doesn't want you here. As there's nothing Musa cannot see you. As most of my gadgets, I said my children have sprained one of my lights. Now it's only one that I'm hanging on to. This particular light, I'm hanging on it. Okay. Awesome. So please, everybody has a group. If you fill the form, except maybe you met me on YouTube here, but if you fill the form, you're already in a group and you chose the group yourself. So please, everybody in that group, like I said, it's going to be a subtle mini competition, but at the same time, it's also an opportunity to pitch. So if you have not written your irresistible offer, so the thing is, like I said, is again, all the assignments I've given you people, if you don't submit, that day you do bebe, and like I told you, bebe is not death sentence. You still learn, but you don't want to learn where everybody's around. Now that it's only us, like we, the community, we are just dragging ourselves back to back. It's better you learn now. For those people who team playback who will listen on this thing, it's better you learn back. Go and do all your assignments. I promise you, you can see how I talk. Number one, I talk fast. I'm not a lazy talker where you probably be listening to me and you feeling like you're not getting anything. In fact, in 1 minute you can get like 50 million ideas. That's why I always advise people to have writing materials when they come to listen to me. But then the goal again is that I don't stretch your time to stay with me. Hey, Chimo. stretch your time to stay with me, and you cannot accord what you did with your time. Okay, so that's exactly what I am saying. So we have been able to talk about profile. I've told you guys, if you pay attention to everyone, you know exactly what to write. Then I've told you guys about niching down. I've also told you guys about portfolios. Like I said, if you have been in the community up until now, oh please, I will accept it. I'm so sorry. Okay, so by now, if you've been coming up to now, you already have a portfolio. Yeah, so I was talking about those who will do virtual assisting and all that, and you already have a community. Please make sure you meet with your community, because see, you need to be seeing it as this. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Even if it's one person that you're able to hold and the person is able to teach you, like for me and my portfolio and all that I've done, if I see 10 people in my life like this, I will say that I'm not going to teach. But it's stupidity, because I told you guys how this thing works, right? You just need to know that every single time you show up, you're not the same person. Okay, the reason why I'm talking like this and I'm the way I am is because no, I don't play with even one person. So even if it's one person that will show up on your meetings, please go ahead. Like some of you, when you come in here, very few times have I come on the live and I'm saying, please, if you have joined me, tell me you are here so that I can start talking. No, once I enter here, all the people who join in, they meet me talking already. All the people who join me, they meet me talking already. That's exact. Okay, so Poke Chris, I'm sure this is the first time you're joining here. I've never seen you before, or maybe you just joined and you don't comment. And yes, not exactly like me giving jobs, but I would, I don't know how to say that word now. I will show you everything you need to know to get jobs. In fact, some people are already getting their opportunities by themselves. So if you're probably showing up for the first time, kindly make sure you fill the form so that you be in the community with every other person, and it's completely free of charge as well. So we just want to be a part of your journey and see how well you do. So like I said, let's say you fix a meeting for 5 p.m. and then you started the meeting and they don't show up. Click your recording. If you have a second device, okay, awesome. I'm so honored to meet you as well. If you have a second device, you will change that meeting to content creation. Just teach essentially what you would have told them as though somebody was there. So that's the difference between such content creation and developing your portfolio by yourself, right? So I'm saying this now so that you don't say that, okay, maybe when you come on your life and you just see one person or you see 2 people, then you're feeling discouraged. The people that are discouraged, they don't know anything. I'm just serious. The people who are discouraged, they are not aware, right? Thank you so much. Yes, please, can we welcome Poco Chris? I don't know if he's a guy or a girl, but please, let's make her or him feel welcome here, as our community is. Everybody will just rally around you now. We really love you. Thank you so much for showing up for us. Okay, so now one of the things, okay, so what we are done with profiles right now. I've told you guys, let's just pay attention to our portfolio. Once we have our portfolio, let's say we are done. Okay, so now a winning Upwork proposal, just like how I introduced it a little bit yesterday. When you want to write a proposal for Upwork, just read your description very well. Awesome. Thank you so much for that as well. Anyway, Poco Chris, most of us here are actually LinkedIners. Like, we dwell, we eat, we sleep, we dream, we talk LinkedIn. In fact, LinkedIn is my favorite social media platform. In fact, I would advise anybody at all, right? Don't go on LinkedIn to look for jobs, right? Go on LinkedIn to build a personal brand, to learn. Sit on LinkedIn. That's what I mean. Like, if you really want to figure out yourself as a person and what you offer, your growth as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as a content creator, please go on LinkedIn first of all, because you need to know the business side of everything you do, and LinkedIn will offer you that in a platter of gold. Okay, so back to my conversation again. So I said, first of all, the first way to win an Upwork proposal is by telling yourself you're not in a hurry. That's the first way. In fact, I'm hoping that you're going to be remembering it as I'm talking. You're just remembering it. That first of all, once I see a job application, now the thing with Upwork is that you want to avoid applying when the job opening is already too old. I'm talking about if the job is around for more than 30 minutes already and over 20 people have applied, just forget about it. That's why I told you guys I didn't used to sleep then. What I will normally do is once I see a job go live, I go straight to description. I read very fast, because the thing with Upwork proposal is very short. Upwork proposal, make it short and simple and sweet, and show that you actually read, you took your time to read. Everybody who work with you just wants to know you read. Unlike LinkedIn and other places where they will be out for the fancy whatever, like yada yada. And the truth is, the fancy things is because most times they will leave the job open and plenty people will just be applying, so they would just depend on the ATS to remove people or put you. I told you guys how rejection mails are. So every time you cried about rejection mails, it's actually Upwork, LinkedIn's AI automation system that sends you that rejection mail. No human being sent you that. They just set it up. What they will say is, if the person sorry guys, give me 1 minute. So sorry guys, I had to send them packing. If YouTube would have allowed kids hanging around me, I would have allowed it, but it's just that sometimes they get uncomfortable. Uncomfortable about people showing kids. In fact, it's generally on all platforms. That's literally what happens. Literally on all platforms, they don't want people showing kids indiscriminately, and you don't know what your child would do when the camera is on them, so you just want to make sure that you just don't bother. Oh, I can see ASMR bites. I celebrate you. Thank you for coming in as well. I think today is the first time we're seeing you. Please, can we celebrate him? He seems to have some love. Please, let's show him that we have a bigger love. We have a community. A community that loves him. Why do I suspect that you're from India? Please kindly let us where you're joining from. Poke Chris as well. If you're still here, kindly let us know where you're joining us from. Okay, so back to my conversation, because I don't know. I think Indians love black chicks. I don't know. It's just me probably insinuating that. Because literally there's no life I've had that I've not had them kind of so they've started. Please let me face my front. So we really don't have much time today. So let me just focus in my focus, right? So I said when I showed up on Upwork earlier, I thought that once you just see a job application, you just copy your resume like this and slam it, bagams. No, you don't do that. Number one is that they expect if you apply early, you're likely going to rank higher. Anyway, the thing about Upwork again is that you can actually bid. So just before I tell you guys that, if you apply early, that you get the job or you get the opportunity. Some people can apply very late, but they'll beat them off. Yes, some people can apply very late, but people who have money, who probably can pay like 100 connects for a particular job opportunity, can literally kick off your own. Okay, but the advice is always just apply early. Don't assume that everybody has money. So the same way it took you so much to probably buy those connects is the same way it might take somebody so much to buy it as well. So the goal is to probably just still apply, even though you know that some people might bid you off. Okay, so for me, I always say less than 5 minutes. In fact, for me, most of the jobs I apply for, as they drop, I turn on my notifications for jobs specific for my niche, right? I turn off notifications for jobs specific for my niche, so that as soon as the job is dropping like these checkups, I'm already right in. Like, I've applied. Like I told you guys, what they want to see when you're applying, because Upwork has a lot to do with speed, unlike LinkedIn and other websites, other job company websites, as what's his name was. ASMR bites. Please, where are you joining us from? I just want to know, make sure that I want to know where my fans are from. God have mercy upon us. Okay, so back to my conversation. Right. So the reason why some of you are probably not getting those job opportunities, I've seen people apply to jobs that are a month old. I've seen people apply to jobs that you've seen that the person who posted the job has invited like 20 people to the job. So why are you applying? Ali, my love, you can't be hitting your brother. Drop it. Drop it. Olivia, yeah, all of you just go outside. Oh, that's lovely. That's strange, because Nigeria now, Nigeria now, you're leaving this kind of comments. I thought we are all conservatives in Africa. I don't understand why you're leaving all this, these you are beautiful comments. I thought that Nigerians are conservatives and they don't used to use all those words. Okay, so back to my conversation. Okay, so the challenge is that a lot of people is that when they see a job, you're going to apply for a job and you say that the job is 1 month old. That's crazy. Even if the job is 5 minutes, the job just was dropped in 5 minutes, right? And you have already seen that the owner of the job invited 20 people for interview already. Please run, because your connect will just go. And you guys know that connect on Upwork is not that cheap. It's not that cheap. In fact, me, at some point, what I started doing was after I started getting jobs back to back, I started leaning on the free connect that they used to give per month. I don't used to buy. But some of you, you will just be applying for job back to back, no breathing space. Well, it's going to work, right? But as much as possible, avoid old jobs. Avoid jobs that already have invited up to 100 people. Some jobs, you see that the person by himself has decided the people he wants to work with, but you still want to apply. Avoid it, okay? Then apply early. Then read your JD very well. When you read it, in it, one of the things you just say, hi, see, people-centric, right? Once you read the job application, just say, I can see, like, just say, use his words, the person's words. The word is, in fact, the summary of it is, attack the person's pain point first before you start talking about what you can do, right? Before you start talking about what you can do. The thing is, eventually, they will still come back to your profile and read all the notes you have written, how well optimized. If your profile is very, very well optimized, your portfolio and everything will already be there. So they will meet you, right? So once they finish, they'll click on your profile and see it immediately. So what you want to do is not to waste time. Just, hi, I saw you're looking for, or I can feel, just get emotional. If you feel like you don't have 1 ounce of emotion in you, just prompt ChatGPT and tell, I want something, a conversation. Can you give me a one-liner that is emotional? With respect, you can copy that JD, right? This what you copy just one line, because hey, Upwork has AI detector. If you copy and paste AI, the people who give you those jobs, they know. And one thing I've said over and over again is that most people on those platforms, they're not that AI tolerant, especially depending on your niche. If you, like for me, what I did was content writing. I did essentially, yes, it was content writing that I did almost throughout. So for content writing, if you are going to apply, okay, sorry guys, let me just, what is going on in this conversation? Please, you guys, stop distracting me. Okay, so let me go back to my conversation. So I said it again, if they just notice that you use AI to apply, it means that you want to get them in trouble, because most times they will invite you to write for their websites. They will invite you to write for any algorithm probably that they are trying to produce. And if they find out that you use AI, that means you're not going to give them an original work. They might avoid you. So please, that's one thing you might want to do. So pay attention to their style of their use of English, their style of communication, and also use it for them. Okay, so I see, you can just say, I see that you are currently going through, let's say, X and this. Then you can say something empathic that puts you where they are. Then the next thing you're going to say is that you probably want to allay. So the first thing, again, just like we did when we're doing, in fact, that's the way, that's one format that works everywhere, even in content creation, right? Pain points, your hook, pain points, and then you give that's pain point stroke agitation, then you give solution. Once you give them solution and you tell them how you're going to do it, and be specific in your steps, like, okay, you can say step 1, you can say step 1, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do for them. But then another thing is, don't overshare, because if you overshare, they can just take your ideation and run away. So but you just say that you would love to actually, this is what you will do, this and this, but you have and lots more, and you would love to have an opportunity to probably have a meeting and see how well you can discuss properly how whatever pain point that they are talked about and how you can achieve that. Very, very short. Then yours truly, or best, or thank you, your name, first name, as much as possible. Read through the description. Sometimes some of them, they will use one name. In fact, I've applied for a job that I've seen, the person said somewhere in the middle of the JD, the person said start with I ate, let me just say, I can't remember what it was, but I think I heard I ate rice today, and I think or something, but she just gave a statement within the conversation. Okay, let me look into the comment section. Somebody's accusing me. Mr. Bites, where are you from, beauty? I'm from Nigeria.
Mommy, that's crying.
Yes, I know, sorry. So I'm sure you can hear my kids on the background. I have 3 children, young man. Plus, look at it, I've shown you again. You're not replying me. I leave you. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I connect with other people on LinkedIn? Please, are you okay? That means you're just are you just joining us, DevMat? Please let me know if you're just joining us. Please, can we welcome DevMat? This is the first time I'm seeing her as well. Please, let's give her a warm welcome. Let's rally around her. Then please, while you answer my question, so you just saw us on YouTube. Okay, please, let's welcome her. Where are my excellent, amazing people? Please, let's welcome. Sorry. I thought it was a... Okay, I'm so sorry. Your picture is so fine. Your profile photo is so fine. You're welcome, DevMat. Okay. You're very, very welcome. We celebrate you as well. Okay. So like I told you guys, once you have... Yes, I have 3 children, young man. Okay, so back to my conversation. Please, now, ASM, Mr. Bites, help me. Let me just finish this class. We can discuss. Once I finish my coursework for the night, this is actually a program, right? Once I finish my coursework for the night, in fact, I can leave the opening. We'll even gist here. All the gist, when I tell my students that we are done for the night, we can just sit down, we'll just be gisting. So don't worry, we can. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DevMat as well. Okay. So like what I was saying, the first thing is, once you have attacked the person's pain point, you're going to tell the person, here is how I am going to tackle this. Step 1, step 2, step 3 till finish, right? Then you also do, that FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Is a principle that works everywhere, even in proposal writing. You can just tell them that you have lots more that you probably will not have, you don't really have as much time, like this document here cannot take it, and you would love to jump on a one-on-one call, or you're looking forward to see them invite you for an interview so that you can unleash all your colors. So I've told you guys how we do things in this community. It's operation, put your head down, right? Don't show up to any interview with questions in your heart. Don't do that. Just if your heart is telling you to read, separate yourself and read. Don't go and be gisty with your friend and say, hey, and you don't mean it. Oh, hey, guy, I get interviewed tomorrow. As I did like this, I'm not ready. Okay, so sorry, guys, for those people who are from other countries. So some people might just say, that they are very... They know that they are supposed to be probably preparing for some of these opportunities, but they will go and they are cutting away their time. So most of the reasons is that you're a spiritual man, right? When your spirit is telling you to do something and you don't do it, that's the reason why a lot of people have anxiety when speaking, right? Because already you should have had a preparation that will set you apart, but you were joking around. So you find yourself shaking during interviews. But if you are very prepared, like I told you, if you've done your assignments up until today, so go back to day 1. For those people who are joining us for the first time, please go to day 1, go to day 2, day 3. All those documents for your business, have it. In fact, by the time you're getting to today with all of us, in fact, when you enter an interview, you in fact, it's not that you'll be arrogant, but it's more like, if you don't give me this job, you're lost, because I don't just know one thing. I have a personal brand. I'm not doing this. I'm not just behaving anyhow, or this is not the only thing I do. If I'm going to work with you, I'm just working with you because it's also part of me trying to exercise my knowledge so that it doesn't get rusty. I didn't say you should say that to the clients, but I'm saying that those are part of the things that you can have in your mind that will make you stand out, so that when you go for any interview, like we've said it over and over again, you are actually you're taking from your time and you want to give somebody. So they are the ones that should be honored to have you on board. So I'm hoping that all these will now take away all those unnecessary pressure from you. Okay? So I said it over and over again. The strategy in applying for jobs is don't apply for every job. Don't apply for all jobs. Any job that you say the person has invited 50 people, don't apply. Just save yourself your connect. It's possible that you can apply and you get it too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to avoid you. I'm trying to prevent you from having heartbreaks. Then you see there's these people that they used to call them the big companies. You see that Upwork even hires for them. As a newbie, as much as possible, just avoid them. That's just the truth. You see that they have invested, maybe they've hired 2 million, 20 million, 30 million. Most times those guys, they already have people that they've worked with already. So you see that they already, most times if you check, you see that they have already invited people for interviews. You just waste your connect. Some of them, they just post jobs just to, what do they call it, to fulfill all righteousness, because it's part of, there are certain procedures that mostly all these big companies have. They will say it over and over again that people must apply, whether, like, they must post jobs whether or not they are ready to take in people. They already have people on board, like I said, and there's no pressure on that. Okay, so dev maths, that's lovely. I'll answer you all those questions. So now another thing you want to pay attention to is, once the person, you see a job, the first thing you look at, apart from your JD, is that you quickly go to the person's payment methods. If the person's payment is not verified, run. No. It's possible that you can meet a newbie startup who might be innocent, who truly, but the thing with payment verification or Upwork, you can do payment verification in 5 minutes. So if you see somebody who is unverified, most people will actually not apply to the person as well. But it might be, if you trust your guts and you trust God that you cannot be scammed, you can just still apply. When the person brings you an interview, you can tell the person outrightly, I'm not starting my job with you until you have verified your account, please. And verifying account, let's imagine that the person is very innocent, right? Verifying account will not take you more than 5 minutes, sir. Please just put in your details so that Upwork will know that we are all here. So that's the first thing, like we say. Okay, so I've talked about verified payments. Then fitting your niche, of course, that one. What I'll do is, once you're registered, turn on the notification for your own niche. Once you are registered, that's what you do. Turn on the notification for your own niche specific, so that as soon as those jobs are dropping, I used to wait on it. For me, then my goal was working with the United States. It was clear. So what I did was I turned on my notifications. That means around 9-10 in the night for Nigerian time, that's when literally every single time I would see people come on board. Like, I'll see fresh job postings. Usually weekends people go on. Sometimes jobs comes back to back on weekends, like the traffic is high. Mondays is also part of the peaks, like at the end of the work day. Yes, so those are part of things you'll be paying attention to. Then for your pricing, most times they would have written the price you want to pay people, but for your niche and for the people who are on your niche, just find the average of the people charging for beginners, what people are charging for beginners, and just put it there. But most times jobs always have what they want to pay. You see that $5 fixed price anyway, except if you want to do it because you just want to increase your portfolio, please go ahead. But I swear to God, I will not apply for something like that. But if you want to do something like that, it's not bad. Okay, so most times doing something like that is just for social proof. When you're working for the people, cultural barrier. Please, I told you. Now, if you've done your assignment from other days that we have done, you see that the part of the document I asked all of you to prepare is documents on how to satisfy your clients. You're going to ask your clients, what exactly is excellence for you? Okay, how long, how many, if you give me a job, when do you want it back? Please, will you be comfortable to give me a review at the end of this? And when it's time to give you a review, ask them, please. So based on the work so far, right? And please, all these people, I don't communicate. I'm sorry, I am not a tech person. You will bury it. Oh. If you try that on Upwork or remote job space, you will enjoy yourself, because most people will not want, they don't want, especially because there's already this anxiety of you not being in the same space with them. People don't take nonsense from remote work people. They don't take nonsense. So if in fact somebody I knew, they fired him because, or a friend I knew was talking about the person, they fired him simply because something happened to his gen and he could not show up at the time when he was supposed to clock in for work. And that is how many $1,000 just went. So you can imagine that you're dorime with your friends, you're telling them that you are currently working with an international client in this year and this year, and all of a sudden you probably will not be able to make money again. So I'm saying this is for people who didn't come from our classes because they didn't know the other things they can do with their knowledge. So for those people who are coming here, you know that we did not emphasize just job. In fact, concerning this monetization bootcamp, if you think you are getting so much value today, this is our least emphasis. That's why I'm asking you, please go back, get your biro and paper, write all of them from day one. We have prompts. We gave you a 30 days content calendar. We gave you 30 days hook. We gave you resume writing, portfolio writing. We gave you there's nothing we have not given out during this. So if you're joining for the first time, we got you covered. There's no pressure. All you have to do is check day one and start from day one. Okay, so let me see, what was I even talking about again? So yes, I was talking about cultural practices. What the person, like, what you might want to do is just browse around the people. If the person tells you he's from Nebraska, he's from a particular place, Atlanta, just browse about the general culture. And it's not hard. This is, I'm telling you, 5 minutes you're done. It will just help you know the kind of person you're working with, and always communicate any small thing. In fact, even on weekends when you're not working with the person, right, all you just have to say is, even if you're not working for the person, the first thing you just tell the person is that, Olivia, please, you guys move back. Even if you're not working for the person, or you're not working that day for the person, just check in on the person to find out how the person is doing. Not in a negative way. Don't just write, hi, how are you doing? Don't do that. Just say something straight that attached to your pain points, maybe based on your conversations before now, or telling them the job progress. And another thing I also did, like, I think at one time I worked with one crazy person like that on Upwork. In fact, that was what made me, somehow I started losing interest on Upwork, right? What I did was that every step I took for that person, I announced it. So there's a workstation, there's an Upwork workstation where you turn on your timer when you submit your projects, right? There's always an Upwork station where you set up a timer when you submit your project. So every day you work, make sure you clock in your time and you submit your project there, so that Upwork is the middle ground. So for me, what happened was that when I finished the work, because I did it on Upwork, right? I did not agree that my payment was going to be anywhere else. I asked him, he set up an issue. I worked with him. I made Upwork to be the middle ground. So what I did was, when it was time for me to send, immediately I sent the last part of the job to him. I didn't get any responses from him again. So I reported to Upwork. Upwork paid me in full. All the hours that I spent, they paid me. So in my mind, I suspect that Upwork paid me from their own money, because the guy absconded. So the only thing they can do is that they will ban his account. But I was not cheated. So that's the advantage. In fact, I would advise anybody, even if you're working with anybody on any platform and you don't trust them. So for people who are working on LinkedIn and you don't trust them, take them to Upwork's issue. Best of it is that they will always take a cut. If the clients, let's say you charge the clients $1,000, Upwork can take, I've forgotten the percentage, I think 4% or so, I can't remember, but they will make the person pay, the clients pay into that issue. Since you don't know the person from Adam, the person pays, so that you don't just do a direct transaction where they'll tell you send PayPal and you finish work and then you're hooked. So that's why for me, I prefer referrals for my community people, and Phoenixgate afforded me an opportunity to always meet all these top guys whom once they tell me that they need something. In fact, my tomorrow's post, I want to also open the door because we're going to be applying tomorrow mainly. I'm going to put it on my post telling people that please, if they are looking for clients, that they should please send me a DM. And I know people from the US, the UK, they will send me because I'm also trusting my post. I posted and ghosted, and my post is doing very well. Jesus, this is God's mercy to me. Okay, so that's what I also plan to do tomorrow, so that everybody who is looking to hire people, they will just come into my DM and talk to me, tell me their job specificity. So if you've not done your assignment up to now, I don't know, I cannot really help you, right? So for those people asking a whole lot of questions, we are going to please Dev Matt, give me a moment. Let me just finish the coursework for today and I'll answer. I promised you now I'll answer everything.
Yeah.
So the idea behind also probably just working for lower prices is that so that you can have social proof for the Upwork itself, right? Like I said again, you would ask them, please sir, what would you want to rate me based on my performance? If the person tells you anything less than 5 stars, just ask the person that, please, is there anything you did that made the person not give you a 5-star? If the person says you did this and you did that, you can ask the person, okay, can you add more projects so that can even out? That's if you hurt the person, maybe you disappeared, you went AWOL. If the person said it's not going to give you a 5-star, just don't review the person back, because if you review the person back, your 4-star or your 3-star or your 2-star or your 1-star will be like this boldly on your portfolio, and you don't want that for yourself because it can affect your job score. And once it affects your job score, people usually even in job applications will say 100% job score. So that would also make you lose subsequent jobs if you want to do that. So please, the goal is to deliver a 5-star service. Do showmanship. For those people who are coming in late, I said showmanship is that you'll be asking for every... Sorry guys, sorry there. You'll be asking them at every phase. You'll be suggesting for them. In fact, you can even go beyond what your services can entail, just to make them feel like family, right? So I've said be online, be rapid, deliver more than expectant, be friendly, communicate often. I've discussed all that. Then always ask for testimonials. So you can ask them, please, would you be willing to write a testimonial for me on my LinkedIn URL or my LinkedIn profile? If they agree, that's very, very beautiful. You just take them, ensure that you put it there. The same way with all platforms. I know you guys know that every platform right now is bragging. Every platform right now is bragging with the number of people who show up on their platforms daily. So they've rewired their platforms to make things tighter for people who just come to view. So it means that if you'd also want to get opportunities on the Upwork, you have to be there. Okay, so time to time, maybe after you post your LinkedIn, you engage on your LinkedIn profile and everything you need to do, then you go back there and just see, right? Everybody wants a name. So some people said apply to 3 to 5 jobs every day. Nah, I did not do that too. But the people that can, if you can do it well, so be it, right? If you can do it, then that's perfect. So like I said, I have a very exhaustive course on Upwork that I registered for the people who did our monetization. No, was it monetization? No, masterclass on international remote job opportunities. I had a fully recorded that. Once it's ready, what I'll do is I'll cut it in such a way that all of you can benefit, and I'll remove all the places where people other people interjected at any point. Then I'll let you guys have it. I mean, might just send the link. It's in my Google Drive. I'll probably send the link to that as well. So, but I'm not guaranteeing you guys beginning of this week because I have a lot, like because of this daily challenge, I've had to forestall a whole lot of things. So every time I have an opportunity, I want to face myself. Okay, so that is essentially all about Upwork. So we said tomorrow, that means we are ready on all fronts if we say Upwork. So the thing is, when you're applying, if you're ready, if you're optimizing your Upwork profile, if you get to any point, just drop it on the group, just leave it there. Even if I don't answer you immediately, there are other people who have been part of my classes who are there and are doing well, who are in the community. They can help you. There are other people, so you can hear that some people said they are here. So if you are just setting it up, you have any challenge, always just put it on the group. If you're writing your profile, your portfolio, and you're having challenges at anywhere, cry out. Other people will help you, even if I don't come to your rescue immediately. Alisa, stop. Now, mommy is talking. Okay, so finally, let me just answer the question that Mr. DevMart asked. He said, what are the remote jobs that you think are available on LinkedIn and or online? There are a lot. Maybe the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you doing now? If it's not what you're doing, what are you doing now should probably be the question. It will be, what did you read in school? What are you comfortable to serve with? What are you willing to take certifications in? So that's what I normally do. I tell my students to write their first 10 skills, right, that is very top notch, right? The skills that they know that they can deliver. You're not just saying what jobs are available, is what skills. Of course, there are definitely top 10 niches, right? There are niches that are very common, like across platforms, but it's always better that you now I'm not about to summarize. We have a class on how to delineate. We did a class on how to niche down, so please, you might want to check that out. If you start from day one, I think we did that almost immediately, either day one or day two. That's when we did niching down. So we will help it. The course, the way we did it, everything you needed to know before you start doing one particular thing is there, so that you can help yourself as well. But there are lots of across fields. Like, I'm a medical doctor for people. That's why I'm like this. Okay, I don't know how to do those people's YouTube streamers chill. I'm sorry, guys. If not, I would have been maybe tomorrow. One of the lives, I'll rub one white thing on my forehead. Let's see whether we're going to have people come inside. But I'm very professional in my act, because I always, like I said, when you're building, you're also building a portfolio, right? That's what is very, very important, and you want to make sure that people have the value for their time. So that's exactly what you do. So niche down. If you're not yet niche down, when you see those 7 skills that you have, then the next thing we said was that you check Google Trends for LinkedIn, like top jobs within those skills that you already have. Don't go and start taking anyone that you cannot do. Even if you take anyone that you cannot do, the next column will not be getting jobs. The next column will be certifications for those ones, and after certifications, serving, whether free or paid. But if you don't know something and you want people to pay you for it, you suffer the person, and that thing is very bad, because you leave a bitter taste in the person's mouth. If the person sees you, the person might disfavor you when another person meets you. So the goal is not to embarrass yourself. So first column, your skills, match it to relevance. So we said, what was the word we even used that day? We said validate demand. Yes, so when you validate demand, the next thing is to ensure that you are passionate about it, because like I said, when your journey would be sweeter with longevity or longevity, whichever, America or UK, right? Your journey will be sweeter if you can do something for the longest. So if you're passionate about what you do, you're likely going to do it for the longest, and that's when you might see the results of everything you're doing. So when you eventually niche down, like for me in my community, we niche down severally, because we have 3 main pillars that we broke down into 5, right? First thing, we want to be business service. So whatever it is that we want to offer, we can also offer it as a business. All of us, we have our company names. That's for the people who did their assignment. They have their company names, they have their community names. We did community as well. Then we did content creation, and we did course creation. Alisa, Olivia, whatever it is, return it back to him. Return it back to him. You guys are disturbing me. Just give him. Let me finish, please. I will soon be done. Give him. Shh, Asha, please. Okay. Sorry, guys. So back to my conversation. So once you have decided what you want to offer, you can now position yourself. Like us, we said that we're not the types that are desperate for jobs. If you do the assignment from day 1 to day 8, you would have already started having clients. It depends on what you want to call them. In fact, you better be on LinkedIn. And if you are on LinkedIn, web development and graphic design, you better create content, because business like this, you'll be having money. LinkedIn is filled with aesthetics people. People will pay you a lot. So if you're not on LinkedIn, just start from day 1. You see everything you need to do. You will make millions, and I'm not joking. I'm not mincing words. if you know how to play the game, if you follow the classes and everything I said in them, you make literally millions. And I'm not joking, because LinkedIn is very aesthetic, and that's if you're sure of what you're offering. You can do these things. In fact, for you to put web development, I hope you're not enthusiast. Enthusiast means they've not started, but they want to. You don't want to promise anybody that you... Anyway, the good thing about graphics design is that they will see what you're doing, and if it doesn't cut out for them, they will not work with you. So please go to LinkedIn and go early. Okay, so I think I'm done. Jesus, I left my post unattended to. Jesus, that means this post would have really done very well if I was there. Okay, no problem, guys. Is there any... do we have any further questions? So please, Dave Max, just go to day one, start from day one, and just follow through to where you can where we can meet you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we'll continue. But the thing is that even if you apply for those jobs and you don't know how to handle people and the things that you're supposed to have prepared, which we had already discussed before now, you might weary yourself. You even think that, oh, there's no jobs, but there are jobs everywhere. Okay, so if we don't have any questions for the night, I would want to say thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are the real MVP. I just want to say that I celebrate you guys wholeheartedly and honorably. So see you guys tomorrow. We'll determine... Please, if you're not in the group, just find any of my posts, or when this post goes live, or yesterday's post, just type yesterday's live event, just type community on it. I'll send you the link so you fill the form and get into the group, because I'm trying my best. I want to avoid us doing that live job search here. So we can maybe discuss in the group when it's convenient for all of us, so that we can come live. I don't know if we'll do 8 p.m. tomorrow, but usually it's 8 p.m. GMT +1 that we normally do. So do we have any further questions? I think when I'm done with this live, I'll try and do that. What did you call it? That silent, what did you call it now? Silent stream. Let me see, because I've maintained 8 o'clock every day. I want to make sure that my stream is up by that 8, so that maybe the algorithm, like, let me romance the algorithm a little bit to favor us as well. So, but in the absence of any questions, please, all the students, I love you guys so much. Please, you can just leave right now, right? I want to do that silent stream something so that I can boost my page as well. So, I normally will count down, but I'm not going to count down. I think what I will do is to quickly turn on the green screen. Let me see. Ew, I don't even have a video for my green screen. Jesus. I wanted to have a video. Oh God. But it's like I don't have a video. Okay, I can put myself smiling. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Please do have a good night rest. The next person you're seeing is not me. See, this is not me. I'm just doing it on purpose. So if you want to grow your YouTube page, these are some of the tricks you're going to learn. I feel very silly now, but this is the nonsense that they are teaching us in this place. So I want to leave my stream to stay for the longest so that it can grow. I want to grow my page. So thank you so much, everybody. Do have an amazing day. For those people that will enter the stream and be saying fine girl, over to them. So do have an amazing night rest, everybody. I love you. Thank you so much for always coming. Do have a great day. So I have left.